Welcome back to our channel. Today get ready to hear about the top 8 weirdest court cases that left the world scratching its head. From stolen bridges to lawsuits over hot coffee, these cases are as strange as they are intriguing. Let's dive right in. 8. The case of the stolen bridge. In 2004, a Russian businessman shocked the world by orchestrating the theft of an entire 200-ton steel bridge near Khabarovsk, intending to sell it as scrap metal. The elaborate heist spanned several nights, involving the meticulous dismantling of the bridge piece by piece. Despite attempts to cover up the crime with falsified ownership documents, law enforcement eventually apprehended the businessman. He faced charges of grand theft and vandalism, highlighting the audacity and complexity of the operation. The brazen nature of the theft and its logistical challenges captured global media attention, marking it as one of the most daring and bizarre crimes in recent memory. 7. The Pepsi Points Case. In 1995, John Leonard made headlines when he sued PepsiCo, claiming he deserved a Harrier jet as advertised in their Pepsi Points promotion, which required accumulating 7 million points. Leonard had diligently collected points through purchases and even sent a check for the remaining amount, expecting to receive the jet. PepsiCo countered, arguing that the offer of a jet was an exaggerated marketing gimmick not intended to be taken literally. The court sided with PepsiCo, ruling that the commercial was a joke rather than a binding contract. This case sparked debates about the limits of advertising hyperbole and consumer expectations, setting a precedent in clarifying the distinction between promotional rhetoric and contractual obligations. 6. The Monkey Selfie Case. The 2011 legal battle over copyright ownership of selfies taken by a macaque named Naruto using photographer David Slater's camera became an international sensation. The association PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, filed a lawsuit on Naruto's behalf, arguing that he should hold the rights to the photographs as the creative force behind them. The court grappled with the novel question of whether animals could claim copyright, ultimately ruling that copyright protection could only be granted to human creators. This decision declared the photos public domain, sparking discussions about animal rights and the role of technology in copyright law. Despite the legal outcome, the case raised ethical questions about animal agency and the treatment of non-human beings in the digital age, leaving a lasting impact on intellectual property debates. 5. The McDonald's Hot Coffee Case. Stella Liebeck's 1992 lawsuit against McDonald's drew widespread attention after she suffered severe burns from spilled hot coffee, resulting in a $2.7 million punitive damages award. The case ignited debates about product liability, corporate responsibility, and the American legal system's handling of personal injury claims. Critics of the verdict argued it epitomized a culture of frivolous lawsuits, while supporters highlighted McDonald's failure to adequately warn customers about the coffee's high temperature. The case led to reforms in product safety standards and warning labels. Liebeck's lawsuit remains a landmark example of consumer advocacy and the complex interplay between individual responsibility and corporate accountability in civil litigation. 4. The Ghostbuster Ruling. In 1991, the New York Supreme Court faced a unique case where a tenant sued a landlord for failing to disclose that a house was haunted before signing the lease. The tenant argued that the presence of ghosts constituted a material fact that should have been disclosed during negotiations. The court ruled in favor of the tenant, declaring the house legally haunted and voiding the lease on grounds of fraudulent misrepresentation. This ruling set a precedent in property law, highlighting the subjective nature of property disclosures and their implications for real estate transactions. The case attracted media attention for its unconventional legal argument and continues to be cited in discussions about property stigmatization and disclosure obligations. 3. The Subway Footlong Case. In 2013, 2 customers filed a class action lawsuit against Subway, alleging their footlong sandwiches consistently measured less than 12 inches. The lawsuit exposed discrepancies between the advertised length of Subway sandwiches and their actual size, prompting public outcry and media scrutiny. Subway argued that footlong was a registered trademark rather than a measurement guarantee, but settled the case to avoid prolonged litigation and negative publicity. The lawsuit prompted Subway to implement stricter quality control measures to ensure sandwiches met advertised lengths. This case underscored the importance of accurate advertising and consumer rights in the fast food industry, fueling discussions about product measurements and business practices. 2. The unwanted lotto winnings. In 2000, a man sued his estranged wife for a share of her lottery winnings, arguing they were still legally married despite their separation at the time of her win. The case raised complex legal questions about marital property rights and the division of assets in divorce proceedings, highlighting the implications of timing on financial entitlements in divorce settlements. The court ruled in favor of the husband, awarding him a portion of the lottery prize and sparking debates over the timing of marital dissolution and financial entitlements. The case highlighted the challenges of resolving financial disputes stemming from marital relationships. This legal battle underscored the unpredictability of financial assets and the implications of marital status on property rights, serving as a notable example of legal disputes arising from personal relationships. 1. The judge who sued for pants. In 2005, Judge Roy Pearson filed a $67 million lawsuit against a dry cleaner for losing a pair of his pants, citing emotional distress and misleading, satisfaction guaranteed signs. The case gained national attention for its excessive damages claim and raised questions about the ethics of litigation and judicial conduct. Pearson's lawsuit was ultimately dismissed, with the court criticizing the claim as unwarranted and contributing to discussions about frivolous lawsuits. The case highlighted concerns about the ethics of litigation and prompted calls for legal reforms to prevent abusive practices. This high-profile case underscored public perceptions of justice and the responsibilities of litigants in civil court proceedings, leaving a lasting impact on discussions about consumer rights and legal ethics. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. See you next time.